Hey, this is Dallas with the January edition of Fitness and Food. As far as my nutrition, what's on my food, what's in my food, I want to really pay attention to that going forward and ask myself how I can challenge myself a little bit more in the physical fitness area. For my fitness, I really want to stick to a plan this year, besides of having my 2 day a week where I do karate. I want to add some things at home and stick to it. If it's nothing but right before bed or right when I get up, I do 10 lunges or something. I'm gonna really look at that plan. As you can tell, I haven't set that forward yet, but I wanna create a plan and I want to stick to it. Also give it some differences so it's fun and it's not the same thing that you're working. Again, I want to set goals for a quarterly period, in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months in a year. I want to see where I want to be and I want to make a goal of how to get there. I'm really persistent of thinking that if you don't put something on paper and create a purpose for it, that you don't achieve it. If you haven't said, I'm going to do this, you're not going to do it. And so much right now I'm hearing people talk about resolutions and how, I'm not going to create one because I don't ever do it. Well, did you really think you were going to do it? Or really think about your goals and really set them. Really put them on a piece of paper and say them out loud. And if you need to be reminded, take that piece of paper back out and say them again, and truly believe that you're going to get there. You need to know your limits if you've gotten hurt in the past. If you need to ask your doctor if there are certain exercises you can or can't do, really do that. Or if you've been working with a physical therapist or whatever, take care of those issues that you have, and don't tweak something more than you need to just to get a little bit more fit. If you need to ask for help or have that buddy that works out with you, do that. This time of year, a lot of people want the same thing. They want to get better shape, better. You might have that person that can really drive you and encourage you, and you can feed off of each other and encourage each other to do better. And if it's not working out with them on a daily basis or whatever time frame you've set up with them, send them a text and say, how'd this morning's workout go? Oh, you nailed it, or awesome, or whatever. Just keep that encouragement up. For the food, I really want to evaluate what is going into my body and how it affects my body this year. I've cut back on my sugar already, and I continue to find ways to do that. One way you can really evaluate what you're putting into your body, and I've done this several times just to see where I stand with everything and what our kind of routine of cooking and food does for me, is I've gotten the MyFitnessPal app. There's several apps out there that track calories, or the nutritional, and sometimes they're a bit time consuming to do. But if you don't have the time to do it for a whole month, I challenge you to do it for a week. Just see what in a week you eat, put it in there, see how many calories in there, see the cholesterol, see the potassium, see the sodium, the sugar, protein that you're taking in, and see if what you thought was a good food was really a good food. A lot of times packaging says it's great for you, but it's not necessarily great for you. So track it for like a week if you can. And another thing is I really want to look at how I prepare food and the additives in food. A lot of times I find myself over salting things. I use salt. I'll use salted butter, and then I'll use like a little Mrs. Dash or something, one of the spices that have a lot of different flavors in it. And all of those have salt is the main ingredient. So I want to get away from doing that. I just want to use natural flavors, adding more fresh garlic, adding more vegetables that have flavoring, peppers and onions, and just using stuff that is more natural than this processed in a little shaker that gives it flavor. There are several things that are just natural that can do that just as well. And two, using more things that are fresh. If it's not fresh and it's not in season, I really try to get the best version of a frozen vegetable that doesn't have any kind of flavoring or any. It's just, you're getting a green bean, and that's what you're getting. Nothing else. We also meal prep at our house, which is huge because it gives myself a very good sense of it saves tons of time. Sunday, I wake up and for 2 hours I cook. It's all of our lunches throughout the day or throughout the week. It's maybe a meal or two if I see that we're going to have games or nights where we have stuff plans, meetings or whatever, and it's just going to be easy to pop something in the microwave and rewarm it, or not quite get it all completely done except the raw vegetables, and then you can just, you got the meat ready, you nook that a little bit, and then you cook the fresh vegetables. It makes stuff so easy during the week. You don't have to think about it. And if you're only cooking for 2 hours on Sunday and maybe a night or two during the week, it's just easy. I also do that with our vegetables and fruits for snacks. I cut up the vegetables, carrots or peppers. Already take the grapes off the stems. Cut up strawberries or whatever, blueberries, and put those in packages. That way, in the morning when we're making lunches, we can just grab and go, and everything's ready. We don't have to think about it. It's not grabbing a bag of potato chips or a sleeve of cookies that we don't need. It's getting something nutritious in us, and it's going to fill us just the same. Making the foods healthier that I love. There's a lot of ways of different prepping stuff. A lot of websites and apps that make your foods that you eat healthier. Definitely look at those favorite recipes you have and see if there's other things that you can use that are healthier staples than what we've just grown up and been used to using. Alternatives are out there to make our diet a little bit healthier. So I hope you enjoyed my January food and fitness segment. I look forward to doing February, which is going to be looking at how food fuels us and gives us more energy. I will see you in February. Thanks.